We have the cavemen for Grants Pass. They're hyped up. It's cave coming, which in caveman language is homecoming. But I said, Coach, what do you think about your first year coaching a team with the mascot, the Hawkers? He says it doesn't exactly strike fear into the hearts of opponents, but the parents have embraced it. He said this season, 2 parents took it upon themselves to buy goose calls, pass them out in the stands to their friends, family, and fans of Lakeview. And now every time the Hawkers score, they let out those goose calls. Hunter Chubb told me before the game he was going to have a dunk right at the start, and he did not disappoint, dunking on a young Roseburg man. We won't say his name for his own protection at school on Monday.
Do you feel like she was bullied out of her position as mayor?
You ask tough questions, Carmine.
Does that mean that as long as there are risk categories, that football, basketball, and wrestling won't be allowed?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I just spoke with 10th grader Gaspar Rios, and he told me his entire home was destroyed during the fire, including his bike, his bed, all of his belongings. He said he's bounced around with relatives in Grants Pass, Trail, Shady Cove, and he's just grateful, thankful, and happy that he'll finally be able to relieve some of that stress on the football field out here tonight.
The lenticular cloud.
The lenticular cloud.
That's one of my favorite clouds.
That was like a cloud just going over my head. That's what happened there.
Our producer's laughing. I can hear it in my ear.
The North Medford boys basketball team needed to win Friday against Willamette to have a chance of making the Class 6A playoffs. Instead, their season ended in pushing, shoving, punches thrown, and a bench-clearing brawl, with the game ending in a no contest. It involved players, coaches, officials, and even some fans coming onto the court. Medford School District spokesperson Natalie Hurd declined to answer our questions about who's involved in the investigation into the fight and gave us a written statement instead. We can't speak specifics due to student privacy, but the Medford School District does not tolerate violence in any way, on the court or at school. I also spoke with North Medford head coach Scott Plankenhorn and Willamette athletic director Bill Wagner, and they both said they're not commenting until the OSAA evaluation process plays out. So I asked OSAA director Peter Weber what that process looks like.
Trying to figure out exactly what took place, who did what can we verify, and then kind of sift through, okay, well then what does that look like for next steps?
And once you get all the information that you guys need to evaluate, is it a combination of each individual school handing down whatever consequences they deem necessary along with you guys handing down any consequences?
Yeah, I think, again, part of that for us is we'll see what they've done. If there are things that we need to do, kind of to come in over the top of something, or if we feel like they've addressed it.
How long in total do you expect this process to take?
That's a good question. As I said, I think we would have some information here in the next day or two.
I also submitted a public records request to find out if there are any charges associated with the incident. MPD responded saying there's no police report filed.
Finn, Shorty. Yes, that's what we call them. It's amazing.
Finn and Shorty are the names 11-year-old Asher Young has given to his underdeveloped arms and hands due to a rare condition called ectrodactyly. But that didn't stop him from doing this last football season. Go! 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 North Grants Pass Middle School and Asher's Cascade Christian Middle School organized an unforgettable moment.
I was saying to myself, run, do not die.
Asher running down the sideline for a touchdown, escorted by his own cascade of Christians.
My husband called me on the way home. You're never gonna believe what happened.
They were proud of me, I could tell. Very proud.
Yeah.
Happy, amazed.
From the field to the track.
Good work, Asher.
Asher's dad, Marty Young, says he and his wife, Kendall, have been a little bit amazed by Asher every day since they adopted him when he was just 3. Mom Kendall says they adopted Asher knowing he'd likely be passed over for years because of his condition.
We just saw a 50-second video clip of him that an adoption agency put online. I don't know how I stumbled onto it, but I did. And I just told Marty when he came home that day, I found our baby. And he watched the video, 50 seconds. He said, you're right, let's go get him.
Ever since that day, that's exactly what Asher's done. Go get him.
Good job, Asher.
Ollie, let's do this! I'm just me, and I can just do whatever I want.
From cleaning the house with his feet
Looking good.
to getting ready for school,
Let me see. Handsome.
cutting his own food,
Nice job.
and becoming a cornhole superstar. Nothing has stopped Asher from loving life.
He is a remarkable child, and he just has a love for life, and if he wants to do something, he just does it.
He wants to try anything. He wants to try everything. He just doesn't want to miss out on any opportunities to enjoy something new.
Dad, what are some of the other things that Asher has adventurously tried to do?
Well,
We won't bring up basketball.
basketball is a little bit of that was a tough season. But he did it. I mean, he worked hard. He tried his best.
It really doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't. You could tell that he was a special little soul in that video. You could tell that he just had a love for life, that he was just a fighter.
Now, say go!
Oh, there we go, Asher. Yeah.
Come on for Asher!
Asher had a final thought for anyone fighting their own condition.
Do what you love, do what you want to do. Try it. If you don't like it, or if you're not good at it, move on. Like basketball.